Meeting businesses. I've had that for 12 years in Australia, and I wanted to come and try and make it.
Familiar. I don't know.
Oh, must be because of YouTube.
I feel like I've seen you before.
Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of this vlog. I'm about to do my talk here at Mogul Factory for the World Forum Disrupt here in Washington. So come with me and listen to the cool stuff that I'm going to share. I want you to understand and acknowledge is to not be the superhero in your business. So what does that even mean? So in the dictionary, a superhero is a comic or cartoon who has superhuman powers, is fighting the evil of the universe, protecting the public, and is fighting some supervillains along the way, pretty much like what a business owner does. But as we look at heroes, we tend to think that they're pretty impressive characters. We look up to them, we celebrate them, which is fair enough because they're strong, they're reliable, they save the day, they save us. So we celebrate them, which is totally understandable. But there's a hero that I don't think should be celebrated at all, and that is the hero in the workplace. And I have seen these heroes so much, and you probably have too. They're the ones that are so busy. They have no space in their calendar because they're so important. They are rushing from one thing to the next. Everybody needs them. Only they have the answers. Only they can do it, or at least that's what they think. They're so busy they couldn't possibly go on vacation. What would happen if these people went on vacation? You know, the whole world would fall apart if these superheroes weren't around. Or at least that's what they think. They think that they're saving us, but I don't know. I think they're working more for them. Now, I suffered from being a hero in my business in Australia not that long ago. I had stepped down as CEO to just founder, and I had put in place a more than capable CEO and had decided that I was ready for some new challenges, or at least I thought I was. And I really struggled. So my board meetings, I was like a toddler having a tantrum because someone else was playing with my toy. I felt I was behaving that way because I didn't feel needed anymore. I didn't have to have all the answers. The business didn't actually need me to run. And that's actually what I wanted. That's what we all want. We want our businesses to be able to run without us. And I had worked 10 years to try to get my business to this point. And when I got there, I didn't feel like I'd achieved my goal. I felt insignificant, and I felt redundant, and I felt not needed anymore. And that wasn't a great feeling shown in my behaviour. And I've seen this so many times, people feeling like that. And I think that we all have a tendency of being the hero in our businesses. So let's take a look at what does that actually look like in real life, the types of behaviours that you would see a hero in the workplace behave. So they're always late for meetings because their calendar is back to back. They don't have time to take a restroom break. They're always rushing, and they make sure you know about it. They have to leave their phone on and answer calls in the meeting because heaven forbid they couldn't be contacted. Goodness me, what would happen if they didn't answer their phone? They need to be in every meeting. Yes, no one can do it like them. They struggle to delegate. They may be thinking, or may have even said out loud, if I want it done properly, I'm just better off doing it myself. They're so busy, and they tell you about it. Oh my God, I'm so busy right now. You seriously have no idea how busy I am. Whew, stressed. It's because they say yes more than no. Their desk is like a dog's breakfast. They're probably like a dog's breakfast. And they probably haven't had much quality time with friends and family or doing what they like to do. I have seen this behaviour so many times in my clients' businesses, in my staff, and in me, because that's where my staff learnt it from. Who here has displayed some of these workplace behaviours? Oh, I've got a few that are willing to be nice and vulnerable. And you know what? The thing about this that's quite hard to swallow is that whilst I say we shouldn't celebrate the hero, I would also go as far to say that the hero is selfish. They're actually working more for themselves than they are for the team. And I was like, yeah, well, actually, because the thing is that whilst we think that we're not creating this for ourselves because it's painful and we don't want to be the one that takes it all on, we actually get a really nice payoff from behaving this way. So we get to feel in control, which a lot of A-type CEOs and entrepreneurs quite like. We also get that feeling of being needed and powerful and smart, which, you know, human nature, they're good feelings. We also feed off our own stress, which is not bad all the time, but as entrepreneurs, we're told that our life is hectic and we are so busy, and we all brag about how little sleep that we've had and how, you know, we're doing all this cool stuff and we're so worn out. But you know what? That is the reality for a lot of entrepreneurs, and I've been there, but it's not the reality for the really successful entrepreneurs. And there's a big difference between an entrepreneur and a successful one. And I have spent years observing business owners that are successful and not successful, and I've looked deeply at my mentors. And the thing that I have always noticed about these people is they don't display these behaviours. They are not a workplace hero. They're actually quite calm. When I'm with them, I feel like all they need to do is be with me. Even though I know they've got a million other things to do, I feel like it's just me. They are not rushed. They seem to be physically and mentally together. They're calm. They've got it going on for them in a way that they can manage everything. That's what I have seen. So how do we move away from being this hero in our business? So the first thing is we have to give up perfection, because do you know what? No one is going to do it as well as us. They're just not. And no one is going to care about our businesses as much as we do. They won't. But that doesn't mean they shouldn't be doing it. Secondly, we need to understand what really matters, because actually most stuff doesn't matter. So we've got to be able to understand that at the moment we might think that everything that comes our way is an opportunity, but it's not an opportunity. Not everything is an opportunity. So that ability to know in your business what really matters, remembering that most of it doesn't, and just focus on that, is a key trait of a successful entrepreneur. And I just want to thank you. There is nothing better for me than to share my experiences with my peers. So thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm going to stick around, and I'd love to learn about your businesses and have a chat. Thank you very much for your time. People are people.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, I'm great, thank you. Oh, sorry, I'll just...
So how exactly do you
Thank you. Thank you.
get over, like, you know, do you just give advice or?
Yeah, so I'm a consultant. So I have a consulting team, my business, and so we work with the founder or the CEO and look at how is the business structured. Is it structured for whatever the goals are of the business, which I can tell you every business I've been into hasn't been structured properly to achieve its goals. And we look at how are people performing.
Like legally structured, you mean?
No, not legally structured, like the structure of the organisation. Who's doing what roles are where, have we got too much fat? Most businesses have too much fat even if they feel like they're running lean, just in the way that they've structured their roles. So, and then we look at how do we get people to understand exactly what a great day looks like, how do we give them, set the expectations, so giving outcome profiles, and then how do we keep them accountable to that. And then whatever other cultural things that are really brand, let's really focus on the foundations, like just, and then when you get to this many, then then we'll talk about this. And so as I said, I'm commercial, so I'd like to do things lean. I like to be lean. So I could say, oh, you need all these things. But yeah, you might over the lifetime of your business, but you don't need it all now. Like, let's just focus on what you need now that's going to reduce your pain and get you to your next milestone.
All right, so how'd the talk go?
Oh, it was really good.
Yeah.
I was worried because I'd been given a very strict time limit on my talk. And I had a heap of content that I wanted to share that was really good, and I was finding it really hard to cut it down. And so I was worried that I was going to have to talk like I was on speed. Not that I know what that's like, but I think it was good. I felt like there was time. I didn't feel like I was too rushed. and it went really well. And now I've got a really good talk that I can push out to hopefully get some more opportunities. And I had lots of people comment on how good the content was and how good the energy was, and so tick tick. If you've watched the last few vlogs, you would have noticed that it's been a bit tough, and I've been finding it really hard, as to be expected, but you know, in real life it's tough. But I've had like the best week. I've picked up new clients, I picked up a speaking gig, I just did an awesome gig here in Washington, and I keep saying every single vlog, you just don't give up. You have your goal, you have your plan, no plan B, and you just never give up, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And I know that probably in a few vlogs time, it's probably going to be another shit week, but at the moment it is, I've had a good one after a couple of really hard ones. Never wanted to quit, but I certainly some days felt like I wanted to put the doona over my head. But I didn't. I kept going, and now I'm having a great one. Time for dinner. Thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and farewell to Washington DC. Till next time.